This is our Amazing Race presentation for next year. These are my colleagues.
My name is Eli Pembroke.
I'm Gabrielle. Sophia O'Hara.
These are our Amazing Race details. The age requirement is ages 10 and up because if they're any younger than 10, they might not be able to compete in some of the physical tasks. The amount of people in the groups will be 4. The time frame for the race is a full day, starting from 8 a.m. and ending at 10 p.m., giving the racers enough time to finish all of the tasks and detours. The race will cost $5 per person, average entry fee for an event in Fort Wayne. The race will take place around February, not too warm, not too cold for Amazing Race. The contestants will be transported with sponsoring companies, and the goal for this race is to encourage tourism in Fort Wayne and get people interested. This is the map for the route that the racers will be taking throughout our Amazing Race. We will be going over each of these locations in detail, and there is an alert view of the cluster of locations that are impacted.
The contestants will be starting off in Headwaters Park.
The second location is in the Martin Luther King Jr. Bridge. The second location is the Martin Luther King Jr. Bridge. It is very historical. It represents Martin Luther King Jr. and when he did the civil rights movements. The physical task will have the contestants endure a protest with picket signs. They will have to have unsuspecting citizens join their protest. The mental task will have contestants handed all 25 quotes that are on the plaques on the bridge, and they will have to go and match them up with the actual plaques. So if you take
The second location is the Fort Wayne Children's Zoo. It is a big part of Fort Wayne's culture. Over 600,000 people of all ages go every year to see the animals. When the contestants go to the zoo, physical task is that they will be stuffed animals in habitats, but they will be placed in like the wrong habitats. So the contestants will have to find them and then put them in the right habitats. And the mental task is that every animal has a scientific name, so the contestants will have to remember some animals' scientific name, their like regular name, I guess, and they will have to remember like what habitat they go in. Jameson.
Coney Island is the cultural staple of Fort Wayne with its amazing coney sauce and chili recipes. As such, we thought it'd be nice for the contestants to go there. The physical task will have the teams competing against 2 other teams in an attempt to beat them at a hot dog eating contest. The winner will leave the Coney Island first, with the other teams leaving in order of finishing places. The mental task will have them taking the role of a waiter or waitress there, memorizing the orders of 3 families without writing them down, and delivering the food to those tables.
Next is the Allen County Courthouse. It is a big part of Fort Wayne's history and culture. People go there a lot every day. It has been in Fort Wayne for 114 years. When the contestants go there, they will have to, for a mental task, they'll have to look at a piece of art in the courthouse and try to like copy it, and they will be judged on how well it looks to like the real piece of art in the courthouse. Now, physical task is that they will have like 10 gables, and basically they will have to throw them into like a bucket, and the buckets will have different points on them, and the higher the point value is the further away that they'll be from the contestants, and the contestants have to throw them inside, and they have to have like a set amount of points to move on to the next detour.
The Lincoln Financial Tower is one of the many bank and federal buildings that dot Fort Wayne's amazing landscape. And to give the contestants the feeling of what it's like to work at the bank, the physical task will be removing bags of money from the back of armored trucks into the loading bay to make room for them in the back of the armored truck that will also serve as their transportation to the next location. If Lincoln Financial doesn't want us doing that, we'll have them try for the car. The mental task will have the teams giving a fake customer insurance quote, and if they cannot do that, we will have a professional banker nearby to give them aid.
Passing on to Indiana Tech, the physical task is that the contestants will have to score a goal from 20 yards away, but they have to score 5 of them. And the mental task is they have to tell 2 things that they heard or that they've seen inside of Indiana Tech.
Next is the Embassy Theater. The Embassy Theater has been here for a while. It's been here for 88 years and counting. It is a big part of Fort Wayne's history and culture. When the participants go there for a physical task, is that they will have a set amount of time to have tickets and have to try and sell tickets to go to the embassy to people on the streets. And a mental task is the organ inside the embassy. They will have to listen to like a short song played on the organ, and they will have like a set amount of time that they will have to like try and figure out the keys and play the song that they heard.
The 7th location of our Amazing Race is Parkview Field. It is very cultural. It represents not just baseball, but the city of Fort Wayne, as the stadium is built to bring together the community of Fort Wayne. Parkview Field is special as it involves a roadblock. The contestants will try to hit a fastball thrown by a tin toss pitcher with a baseball bat 3 times. Each time they hit the baseball, they will have to run the bases. Thanks.
Southlands Church is one of the many churches in Fort Wayne, as we are named the City of Churches. Founded in 1999 by John DiMaggio Sr., it is still a standing representation of God's love for all the families that go there every day.
At the church, it's going to be a roadblock, and there will be one contestant that will be given 4 Bible verses. They'll have to memorize the verses. Once they memorize them, they recite them, and then they can take a break before going on to their final destination in the race.
In going to Foster Park, the physical task is that the challengers will have to run through Foster Park looking for a mystery person who will tell them some things about Foster Park, which would probably be the founders of it. And they will tell the contestants some things about it, and they have to repeat it back. And then they will have to, they'll listen to him, and they will have to figure out what he said and put together to find out their transportation and the location to their next destination.
The final location is Fox Island. Just like with Headwaters Park, all the contestants have to do is reach Fox Island to win. They can get there by any means, walking, or taking the bus. Before we conclude, are there any questions?